Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to our Sunday weekly messages from the spirits. They could be master guides, your regular guides. They could be coming from ascended masters, archangels, deceased loved ones. But in this particular reading, we actually are using Kyle Gray's Gateway of Light Activation for this week's reading. And this week, we had the 3 normal cards, but then a couple other of that jumped right out of the deck and onto the floor because they wanted to be heard as well. And because the surgery was so nicely done with this eye, I had my second follow-up on that eye on Wednesday, and the vision is still 2025, which is phenomenal. And I almost made it to 2020 vision, but that very, very last line, I missed one of the letters, got it wrong. The week before, I got 2 of them wrong. So it is getting better. So it's going to be interesting to see how it does going forward. And my surgery for this eye is coming up on Tuesday morning, a little earlier than the one for this eye, because I have to be at the surgery center at 7:10 a.m. That's like too early for me. But if I come out with the same type of vision, all and good. So I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving and you're all back to work, but still in the throes of being grateful and thankful for what you do have in your life. So now let's go, since I still have to use these because of that right eye, so I can actually still read. Let's see what the 3 plus the 2 jumpers have to tell us. So the first card that I pulled, by asking again, what does the collective need to know this week? What do they need to heal? And what do they need to implement and or take action on? So the first card, actually a pretty cool card, it's called the Temple of Truth. And it relates to the throat chakra, authenticity, and self-expression. So that is that card. Looks like a huge gateway that you're walking through with all that water coming through it. Kind of cool. And then the second card, this is one I've not seen before. It says Venusian Galactic Council. Starbeing Guides. See, what did I mention about who's going to show up to give us information? We just never know. So Starbeing Guides, answering the call, and time to shine. And then the third regular card is the Sword of Light. Divine protection, cords cut, and breakthrough energy. So those are based on what the question was. What do we need to know? What do we need to heal? And what do we need to implement and or take action on? But then Spirit had more to say. So it tossed out the cards, Chamber of the Violet Flame. And this is cool. I haven't seen this card before. So this is kind of cool that it showed up. Karmic Release and Radical Transformation. That's a really awesome looking card. And then the final, the jumper, was the Akashic Stargate. So that keywords are aligned with purpose, crossroads, and no wrong path. And this is kind of cool too. I love these cards, that, especially ones that I haven't seen before. And I haven't seen this one before come up in a reading either. But I love that one, you have that rainbow in there. And I've been having a lot of dreams lately of starships coming in, lots of them. And then last night I was zooming out into the stars and just seeing how vast the universe was. No message in that one. It was just like, wow, this is kind of cool. So you never know when you just sit down and meditate and you give thanks, because that's what I was doing, was giving gratitude for all that I have, giving gratitude for the healing of the eye and the doctor who performed the surgery. And when you give gratitude and you tap into that love energy, you just never know what might pop up in your third eye vision for you to watch, pay attention to, and be pulled back into the energy, like I was last night, of going back into the stars and you could feel just the love being brought in. And because I can actually see the book now, thanks to that phenomenal surgery, we're going to start going a little more, because normally I've been just trying to get through the message. But we're going to tap into a little bit more of what actually Kyle Gray says these cards are about, so that we can understand more of the message that Spirit is trying to tell us. So like I said, this particular card, here it is again, the Temple of Truth, about the throat chakra, the authenticity, and self-expression. So your throat chakra is found between the collarbone and is the energetic center that governs everything to do with truth, communication, and self-expression. Whenever we have to speak up, raise our voice, or even just get our emotions out, it is activated. We'll often feel that when this space is clogged up energetically, or when it needs to open, because we'll feel a lump in our throat or even our heart. This card transports us to the Temple of Truth, the inner energetic gateway that supports our truest form of expression. The image shows that this is a bright, airy, open space with flowing water. This represents the emotions that run through us. Emotions are powerful messengers, and if we don't attend to what needs to come out or through us, they build up, and before we know it, we are overwhelmed by them. So how to connect to this? You place your fingertips on either side of your collarbone. So you come down, find your collarbone, and put your fingertips there. And breathe towards your throat center. So you just visualize as you're breathing that it comes down and into that throat center. Visualize a doorway opening or a portal forming, allowing the energy within to flow freely. So the message that the card has actually given us is, when you are brought to this space, you are being reminded of the importance of your identity and your self-expression in this lifetime. Acknowledging who you are, who you have been, and who you are becoming is so important for the unfoldment of your path. There's an old story that the truth hurts. This gateway reminds you that, in fact, the truth heals. Your truth is your truth, and it's important for you to honor it with every facet of your being. This isn't the first incarnation in which you have felt the importance of honesty and authenticity, but it may be the first in which you have had full freedom of expression. This gateway coming to you today is a message that there is something buried deep inside you that you haven't expressed, and this is causing energetic blockages on your ever unfolding path. It is time to love yourself enough to honor the feelings that are rising up in you, for they are divine guidance that will bring you into greater alignment. And once again, here's the card. Now, this other one is kind of a cool, because again, card I haven't come across before. And that was the Venusian, I think that's how you pronounce it, Galactic Council. So the Venusians are advanced cosmic beings similar to angels who come from the planet Venus. They are our starry ancestors and are dedicated to helping us experience and embody divine love. There are millions of them, and many of us will have them working with us as guides. If you feel drawn to this information or strongly connected to the stars or star people, there's a good chance that there are many extraterrestrial beings around you at this time, many of whom will be connected to the Venusian Galactic Council. Governed by Lady Venus and Sanat Kumara, the Venusian Galactic Council is a divine board of directors who are responsible for recruiting light workers and leaders on Earth who have the potential to make a huge difference by following the call of their soul. When they come to us, it's an honor and an opportunity to be reminded of a connection that was active before we came into this incarnation. There's no set way of working with the Venusians, but they will contact us in dreams or meditation to share information that will support us on our journey. They often send spiritual downloads in thought forms or understandings. Dreams about flying or being in space are other ways in which they will come through to us. I wonder if that's where I went last night while I was meditating. One never knows. So how to connect? On a bright, starry night, Venusian Galactic Council. This is what you're supposed to say. Venusian Galactic Council, thank you for helping me answer the call of my soul. So what is their message? This is a call to action. You are being asked to step up and create the changes you want to see in this world. You have a reason for being here, and you have the potential to inspire, support, and heal your corner of the world. Don't let this information scare you or overwhelm you, for you are being prepared energetically to step into this role. The ideas you have been having recently are divine downloads, but you aren't being called to make dramatic changes to your life, simply to move forward, step by step. The Venusian Council will reveal more information to support you. Be aware of downloads of information and spiritual signs, for they are confirmation that you are on the right path. And again, this is what the card looks like. The Venusian Galactic Council. And card number 3 is the Sword of Light. I think that one's come up before. So let's see what it has to say. And of course, you want to figure it out. This is Archangel Michael's sword. Divine protection, cutting cords, and breakthrough energy. The Sword of Light is the main energetic tool of Archangel Michael, the Prince of Heaven. His name means who is like God, and he is considered Source's right-hand man. He is the archangel who has chosen to guide and protect all light workers. Anyone who is feeling called to make a difference on this planet can be guided and supported by him. And that's one of what we do with the Pillars of Light. It's Archangel Michael is the one who started it with me. He pulled me in. And so we continue our work with those pillars of light and what Archangel Michael has directed us to do. And again, if you're interested in more about the group and what we do, in the description, there is a link to send a form, and I will get back to you on that. The Sword of Light has been pictured as both a spear of light and a lightning bolt. Either way, it's a powerful symbol of truth and spiritual power. Even though it is carried by Michael, it can be invoked by all of those working in the light to help them move beyond blockages and limitations, and to sever cords of fear. Joan of Arc invoked it when she was going into battle. How do you connect? Visualize yourself engulfed in golden light and say, Sword of Light, thank you for cutting the unnecessary cords that bind me to fear. I stand in truth and light, fulfilling the call of my soul. So the message from the card. When this card comes to you, know that it is confirmation that you are walking the path of light and responding to pre-incarnation soul contracts to make a difference on the planet. It's also a sign that you have the opportunity to sever connections to fears and limitations. Energetic cords bind us to situations, loved ones, and even the past. But you are in transition now and detaching from unnecessary connections, dramas, and fears. Know that there will be a great severing at this time, and you might feel isolated for a moment as you will be reconfiguring your circle of trust and moving into a life that is in greater alignment with your highest good. Know that the cords that bind you to loved ones and soul family will remain intact. It is only the lower vibrational connections that are being severed. Expect breakthroughs and doors of opportunities opening for you. If you feel strongly connected to Archangel Michael, know that his energy is with you now. And then again, here's his sword. So now we go into the two jumper cards to see what actually extra energy and extra information that Spirit is wanting us to know, to share. And again, I think this card is just awesome. The Chamber of the Violet Flame. Karmic Release and Radical Transformation. That kind of sounds scary if you ask me. And sometimes it can be. So that's why it's always best to stay grounded and really call on your angels and guides to make sure that you are safe and protected. So the Violet Flame is a spiritual retreat space that holds a powerful energy of transformation and transmutation. It can be visited in meditation and evoked through prayer and affirmation. Spiritually, it is seen within a chamber, often as a giant roaring flame, and sometimes with silver and gold shining through the violet. When we connect with the violet flame, we are being given the opportunity to detach from lower vibrational experiences and turn darkness into light. Ultimately, this is the gateway of alchemy. Alchemy is the art of turning lead into gold. And so from an energetic perspective, the violet flame is where we place all that is leaden and heavy in our life and turn it into a golden opportunity. How do you connect to it, you might ask? Visualize a fiery violet light streaming down from the heavens and washing over your entire life. Set the intention that you are willing to transmute all fear and experience light once more. I'm seeing a theme now here in all these cards. They are all bringing up, it's time to release the fear. Transmute it into love and light. So the message of the card. When you receive this card, know that the violet flame of transformation has been brought to you by your angels and guides. They are encouraging you to see that you are in a space of radical transformation. Transformation can be overwhelming, but know that the hand of the divine is leading the way. All past trauma is now being cleared from your energy. Stay focused on releasing all of the energies that are no longer serving you. The violet flame is here to transmute fear into love. If any fear is rising up inside you now, know that it is simply a call for love. Call in the strongest form of love you know and allow those in your inner circle to support you through this transformational time. You are an alchemist with the capacity to take all of the leaden aspects of your life and turn them into the golden opportunities. You can align your life with the divine plan now and live in a more purposeful way. And Saint Germain is the one who works with the violet flame. So you can call in Saint Germain and the violet flame. I ask you now to transmute all negative and dark energies that surround my life and turn them into love and light. And it will be done. That's how fast they work. So that's the first jumper. And the last one is the Akashic Stargate. So let's see. There it is. And they look like mirrors if you look closely at them. And you can see the rainbow in one, you can see the stars in another, the sky is in another one. Almost looks like the northern lights in the one. So let's see what the Akashic Stargate is about. So a Stargate, first of all, is a portal that can take us through space and time to a whole other universe. It's based on the concept of the Einstein-Rosen bridge, or what is also known as a wormhole, where a speculative structure linking different points of space-time is created. In spirituality, a Stargate is less about traveling on the physical, the three-dimensional level, and more about making progress on the spiritual. A feature of many spiritual traditions is the idea that all of us have a Stargate in our heart. And that connects us with the central lattice of consciousness, the divine matrix. The Buddha acknowledged we were the universe, while Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within you. The Akashic Stargate transports us to a space where we are given the opportunity to make a decision to accelerate the realization of our life purpose. So how do you connect to it? Visualize yourself at a crossroad. Tune into the direction that feels most joyful, light, and loving. And then imagine yourself walking that road. See all that it brings you. So it can be a literally fork in the road. You can use it metaphorically, or a real fork in the road. Like you're at a time in your life where you're trying to make an important decision. Do I go this way or do I go that way? So visualize traveling down it. Let's say it's a job or you're moving or something like that. And it's like, well, if I move here, how will it make me feel? Will it make my life better? Will I accomplish what I came down to accomplish? Will it be full of love? Will it be full of light and joy and happiness and peace? And if you don't feel that, then you back up. And then you put your energy toward this direction. And you do the same thing. Tap in. Will it make my life better? Will I be able to do what I want to do and bring joy and love and light and happiness into my life if I go this direction? And you might feel that you would probably get it from both, but you always want to pick the one that is the strongest, that would bring in more love, more light, more joy. And then you take that choice. And once you make the decision on which way you're going to go, Spirit will line things up for you. You don't have to go looking for anything. They will bring it to you. I like how that works. So let's see what the message that the card actually says. Whenever the Akashic Stargate is presented to you, it's because you're at a critical point on your journey. You have the opportunity to move in a particular direction and you have to make a decision. I wonder who just said something like that. You'd think I'd written these books myself. This can feel overwhelming, and you may be waiting for someone or something to make the decision for you. But you aren't here to walk a path that was set for you. You are here to walk a path that you have chosen. The next phase of your journey cannot unfold until you decide which way to go. Know that whatever direction you take and whatever decision you make, you'll always be on the right path. No matter how you get there, you'll always end up with a similar space. Also know that purpose isn't about doing your duty. It's about living life and experiencing joy. You gotta love the joy. It's what we're here for. So here again is the Akashic Stargate. So, see, take my glasses off and I can't read it. The Akashic Stargate. And so, as I said before, there's definitely a path or a theme. When I ask these questions and I visualize for this week, which is the 7th through the 13th, what is it that we need to focus on? What do we need to know? And then they bring in the cards that guide us on what we need to know, what we need to heal, and what we need to take action and implement. So I love the way they pull these readings together, and I hope you guys enjoy them as much as I do giving them. And if you do like these videos and you would like to see more of them, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and share them with others that are on the path as a light worker, those that are on a spiritual path. Because I'm trying to reach as many people as possible so we can bring as much light onto this planet as possible. Because that's what we do with the pillars of light. We place the pillars around the whole planet, not just here in the United States. We place them everywhere where Mother Earth and Archangel Michael is asking, where the help is needed, where disasters could be happening, so that we can help mitigate some of the damage as Mother Earth is rebirthing herself. Because we also want to mitigate any damage and loss of life as possible. And if you want to contribute to donate to the channel, I appreciate that, because I still have some medical expenses, those darn deductibles and everything that you have to come up with and pay. And again, on Social Security, it's a little challenging to do. So any help would be greatly appreciated. Bear Heart and I would love it. He decided not to join us today. He's sleeping. Cats. But I thank you all for watching. I thank you all for showing up every day and doing the work as well. And know that it is being noticed. The angels know, Great Spirit knows, your guides know. Even though you don't have to broadcast it out to everybody because it might scare some people. But your soul knows also. Your team knows. So continue to hold the light. Continue to visualize a peaceful, loving earth. Because that's what you put out. That is exactly what you will see. So everybody have a great, wonderful week. And like I said, my second surgery for this eye is on bright and early Tuesday morning. So when I see you next week, I'll be able to see clearly out of both eyes for the first time in a year. So everybody have a great week, and we'll see you soon. And remember, walk in beauty, my friends. Walk the sacred path of love. This is Reverend Dr. Elena Skyhawk, signing off for now. Bye.